Hello, trading is closed on May 14th, 2018. My last call said unless we gapped over this high, lower prices should print. We gapped over the high, so there's no call. We also said that whether this was the high or the high was today, it's going to come pretty soon. We'll come back to that in just a minute. Early on, MEJT said a higher price it would print. They did. Here it said a higher price it would print, but that this rally wouldn't stick and that drop wouldn't stick, and neither one did. This is a pattern which has a strong tendency to close at today's high. When that doesn't happen, it usually leads to lower prices. We gapped up, hit some new highs. Couldn't hold on to any of them. Couldn't hold on to yesterday's high either. It's a negative pattern which gets invalidated. We promptly take out this high. But we also dropped all day, couldn't take out these lows. It's positive unless we invalidate it by promptly taking them out. So the commonest thing for tomorrow is we gap and promptly move outside the day's range. If there is no such a gap, next most common, as we close a little change, have the big move Wednesday. Neither one of those common things has to happen, but the vast majority of the time, one or the other will. So the early trade should be pretty helpful to us. Looking for a pattern with an early low doesn't mean you won't gap up first. Well, as I've said, no matter how high we go up here, I can find a pattern that looks pretty for a top. The argument for today is we have a 61.8% retrace of this whole move. If you count this as ABC for A, you see perfect Fibonacci ratios for all these waves. And if that's the end of capital A, there's capital C, and it's right at the 78.6%. So there's pretty good fib resistance here. Now here was the long-term pattern. We're looking for two. We've had this red line here connecting all these things, and you see how it divides it up neatly into these fib ratios. If you measure from this 38.2% up to here, there's your 23.6. But that isn't all the resistance we have here. In someone else's work, the line from here to here is a very important line. Connects this point and this gap and this high and this high. And if you make a parallel, everything lines up pretty nicely. So I have a lot of resistance right at this high. And I think it's pretty tough to be exact about these things, but if we don't take this high out promptly, I think there's a very, very strong chance that right on time, that's the end of the up leg. But what you really need for confirmation is a move down with more impulsive characteristics than we have now. So we have a good chance, the best chance we've had in a long time, that that's the high. If it holds, we should see lower prices, ideally promptly taking out these lows. If we don't take out today's range promptly, we'll probably close a little change and have the big move on Wednesday. But don't forget, once this drops, it should drop in grand style. And there's a very good chance, not a certainty, but a very good chance that that's the end of the up leg, and that's today's call.